Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to explain to you guys what a PCB is, how it works, and how you can make your own in the future to have your own product. Also, in this video, in the description, there's going to be like a whole bunch of banging videos that I use to get my knowledge to what I'm going to explain to you guys. So enjoy. Alright, but before I show you guys how to use software and how to actually replicate your PCB over and over and over again to turn into a real product, you need to understand that there's three sort of different types of PCB, not types, like I'd say levels of PCB. Level 1 for me on my skill is going to be the breadboard. This is what a breadboard looks like. I've shown you guys in previous videos how it works on the inside. But all it does, you push a button and the light turns on. And I'm going to use this circuit for the rest of the things I show you in this video, just to keep it simple. All you push button, light comes on. And this works great, right? Obviously for like a little, just to test, I don't know, you test the button, test the light bulb, but you would never buy a product that looks like this, like wires hanging out. You have this like chunky battery, whatever this thing is. But that's level 1. Level 1, plug and place wires from a board. And that's pretty much it. It looks kind of bad, but level 2, I say it's a good midline between prototyping and getting a real product is perf boards. I don't have one on me, so I'll show you a pic up here. Oh, actually, this is a perf board. It's a type of perf board. This is a perf board that you could put on a Arduino. See, it has a bunch of holes into solder connections, and that's only the only real difference from a breadboard. It's just that on a perf board you have to solder each connection on permanently, and that's a perf board. That's it. Soldering on connections instead of wiring them. But level 3 is a big boss PCB. I'm going to show you guys a whole bunch of PCBs that I have on me. This is a PCB right here. And so is this thing. The thing you saw on my breadboard that was powering the LED. That's PCB. This is a LiDAR sensor. Or actually no, this is a temperature sensor. This is a PCB too. You see a little sensor bit right there. Also, Arduinos. This is a PCB. And probably every electronic product in your house has a PCB. The phone, laptop, whatever device you're using to watch this has a big PCB. It's a motherboard if you have like a real PC, not a laptop. And anything, friggin', there's a control for a dinosaur. If I were to smash this open, you'd see a green, brown, blue. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. PCB. Even like your smartwatch or your charging brick has a PCB to regulate power to make sure your phone doesn't get hit with 240 volts straight out of your outlet. If you live in America, I know it's different in other countries. But that's what a PCB is, and now I'm going to show you guys how to kind of make your own PCB. Alright. So the first thing you guys need to do is open up Google, whatever you use. Type in easy EDA. I know another really popular one for making PCBs is KiCad, but I just use this one because the tutorials I have linked in the description use easy EDA. Go ahead to download whatever you click, whatever you need. I don't know, doesn't matter. Get pro version, that does matter. I use pro version, so I don't know what standard looks like, but you can get the pro version because that's what I'll be showing you in this tutorial. Alright, so once you get that, download that, take your time, open it up. Just give it a sec. I don't remember what the starting screen looks like, but you can do the tutorial if you want. But open up a new project, name it something important. Don't be like me, save it. It should open you right up to it. And then first things first, you want to head to schematic. Now, I have a British dude in the description with like 3-hour-long videos that explains all these parts in depth. I love him. Go watch his video, definitely. But I'm just going to be showing you guys how to navigate this space. Alright, so right off the bat, you probably saw me click on, go to Common Library. This is where you have your general parts. You have your resistor, Also, to rotate is a space bar. They don't tell you that. Click that, you click as many times as you want. Let's see, you also got capacitors, drop some in here. And just to start wiring stuff, just click the 2 endpoints. And what it it's kind of odd because like if I were to drop the capacitor C2 and R4 with like the two gray dots touching, I pull it apart, it kind of drags the wire with it, even though I didn't make a wire. So just be wary of that. Also, I just did the delete key. I don't know if backspace works too. Let me check. Yeah, backspace doesn't work. It has to be the delete key. Yeah, let's do that. And then up here, you'll see you have your ICs and kind of whatever you'll ever need. All these parts, obviously, it kind of looks like gibberish. I recommend just Googling a specific part that you need and looking up its like order number, I think it's called, or its part number. Yeah, order number, part number. It should get you to the same thing, but this is like every part you'll ever need is in this section, by the little magnet, yeah, component. Then over here, you also have your general components just with keyboard shortcuts. So you just saw R, C, I, and D, general shortcuts. And over here is where you'll grab your power. So you have your VCC and click the little down arrow. You also have your ground and you have the basic 5 volts you can also use too. And I'm just spamming gibberish all over the screen. So let me recreate that PCB, or no, let me recreate this breadboard that I showed you earlier with the light bulb and the button. And you guys will see that in a second. Actually, no. You guys are staying here for what I do, so you see. Alright, so I know that all I need is an LED, which is, LED stands for light emitting diode. Diode is a component that only allows directions to flow in one, is a component that only allows electricity to flow in one direction. So that's why you see on this light bulb I have, in person, has a longer stick and a shorter stick. That longer stick represents the positive side, and the shorter is negative, so that you know what you're doing when you put it down on a breadboard or a perf board. Alright, so I have the LED, electricity, I think, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't yell at me if I do the wrong thing. We're gonna have 5 volts here. And we also need a ground. So let's just slap ground out here. And we also have a button. I don't know what a button, there's no button here. So I'm gonna go into the IC and just look at a button. See if anything pops up. Oh, I didn't even click out of that button. Let's just pull it out and see. Oh, now that we're here, let's look at what a button is called. I'm gonna use the 4-pin button in my example. Button, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. It says like different part number. Part number. Alright, we have it. Part, oof, that. That one looks odd. Yeah, let's try it. Alright, Control C, Control V. Paste. Nothing. Alright. Let's try this one. Maybe it's just the odd part. Pretty please. Nope, that's just. Hey, we have our push button. Alright. That's kind of the process you would go through. If you're just trying to get a part. Yeah, can I grab it? Click that. Oh my gosh. Report. Chat, let me grab it, please. There we go. Alright. 4-pin button. I explained how to wire this up in one of my older videos, so you should go watch that. But anyway, we're just gonna do 5 volts here. Come on. Actually, no, we'll do it. Let me do diagonal as well. And then we're gonna have the LED. Put this power on the LED. I think it can't go that way, so it has to flow this way. So we're gonna. Before you continue, this guy is a fat liar. He's a fat liar. Leave it how it is. Look at this guy's face. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. Go to if you guys go to Tinkercad, you make an account. You can make your own circuit, and then right up here, I'll take you through the process real quick. Make your own circuit, figure it out. Come on. kidding. Tinker this. Yeah, alright, so you make your own circuit here. I hope you guys know how to use this. If not, I'll probably make a video on it. But up here, schematic view. The LED clearly shows the 5 volts starting from here, and I used an 9 volt battery, doesn't matter. The positive goes through here, and it goes this way, and it goes negative. This guy is having the positive run into a brick wall. Don't be like this guy. Leave it how it is. Alright, but you should be good to follow the rest of the tutorial though. Flip that. I can go this way. Like that. And ground. And I'm just gonna move stuff around to make it look a little nicer. Whoa. Oopsie. And that's it. 5 volts flows through the switch when you push it, and then LED emits the light, and that's it. So once you have your completed schematic, you're going to head to, actually no, it's up here, design, and yes, convert to PCB. Just give it a minute. And right here, you're just going to click file changes. And right now you should be seeing all the parts that you just added. You see your LED, and where's the ground? Ground? Oh yeah, ground is right there. Alright. This is it. The reason why your LED looks so small and doesn't look like this is, I'll show you. When you have I have an example of it on a PCB right here. Rip it apart. There's an itty bitty thing right there. Itty bitty. I'll probably take a better picture so you guys later. But that's the same thing as the blue thing I showed you, the LED. So basically, when you make a PCB, it just shrinks down the parts a lot, because it just doesn't need to be that big. So now once you're here, you want to come through this little rectangle, board outline, kind of make a decent sized board around your parts. And you want to do a little bit like that. And now we can see what it looks like. So we're going to go to View, 3D Preview. And there's it. You have your LED, yeah, you have what I just showed you, small version. But really, something looks off. And that's because we do not have the pins to plug it into. So, if you don't know what I mean, you'll figure it out in a second. We need to head to the common library, and I believe, yes, header male will be a pin that sticks out with the little wire, and header female is the ones that expects a wire to be plugged into it. So you can just click on this, and you see the 1x4, that just means 4 outputs. It'll have 9 outputs. And then same thing with male, you'd have up to 20. Oof. But we just need one. I'm just gonna do header male, and we're gonna connect that. Does it connect to 5 volts? I haven't tested this. Please. Actually, you can remove this because you're gonna have your own 5 volts to connect it to. Yeah. All right, header 1, and then let's also do a male header for this side because I think having 2 female things would be odd. Ooh, wait, big brain. How about instead of having 2 headers, you have 1 header that takes care of both things. Ooh, I'll chase that. Bang. Alright, that looks good. Alright, I'm just gonna move this whole thing so it's kind of more adjacent to the... Why does your wire suck? Don't do that. Come on. Alright, so all I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get this frickin' female thing to look kind of good with the other parts. So, bang. Oh yeah, also you can click on nothing and kind of make a little like segment, so if you force it to stay in that spot, and you can turn the wire to connect to other parts. So we're gonna also get rid of this ground. We're gonna click here, little angle, bang, And now we're gonna convert it again. So design, update / convert. It's just gonna update it. Apply all changes, and now you see we have 2 little header pins there. And we're gonna I reckon we keep this here. All right, and right now you'll see that these blue lines are crisscross, and you don't want that, because think of this as a piece of paper, and you don't want the lines to connect each other. You know that really little game where it's like different colors and you gotta connect the shapes to the without. It's like that. I'll put a picture on the screen. But basically, you just spacebar twice and it sorts it out and it looks nice. But we're gonna have to slide that over here, and I think it would look nicer if it was like that. We can kind of shuffle things around a little bit, have it closer there. Is that crisscross? That is crisscross. Yeah, make sure you zoom in, you're checking everything before you start drawing the lines. Have LED facing back up this way. And you want to make sure you label your, I believe square is negative. Fact check that. Don't, trust me, don't fall. And then what you can also do is helpful. You can write text on here that will clear things up for you once you actually receive the PCB, or for whatever product you want to make. Let's say 5+. You can assume that's for 5 volts. And over here, I'm just gonna change the height to like 60. I don't want it to be that tall. Yeah, it looks a little better. 5 volts, and then I also want to have a text that says ground around there. Height 60. I always do 60. I think it looks the nicest in small form factor. But have that right there. Move LED around so they're not like crisscrossing. And I mean, that's pretty much it. You have your PCB, is what I would say if you were done. What you have to do is now click on, double click on the part, and then now start drawing your lines. This is where you actually kind of finish assembling your PCB. Once you click on it, it kind of has a white outline on what it needs to go to, and if you try to connect it to anything else, it won't let you. So like low-key, you can't mess this up, but just connect it to where it wants you to go. It's okay if it goes like under the button, but I'm just gonna do this because I think it looks nicer. That's that part finished. You know it's your like line is done when it like takes you out of the thing. So you see we got the from ground, and it goes to the button. And now we don't have to wire the insides of the button because it's button's button. Just connect that. And now you're done. You just made your first PCB. If you connect this to power, when you push the button, the LED will turn on. You should have a resistor connected to this, but I just wanted to leave it as simple as possible. And now let's go in 3D and view our masterpiece. This is where you would power your ground in 5 volts. And you could, trying to rotate this good, yeah. Also, you see this little text up here is off screen. I'll go ahead and move that back in, but I just appreciate it, man. See, look at that. This is what it would look like in real life if you got it. And I'll just change one more thing. SW, get a little more in frame. And now what you can do, you can export this and then put it in PCB. Let's see if this does it for you. I never did this before. Sure, check it. I don't know what that order. Don't check. It's export. Confirm. Alright, it's gonna take us here. Make an account. I'm just gonna use my Google. Let me in. Please. Oh, yeah, it'll upload file for us. Give it a minute. Also, PCB does offer a whole bunch of other stuff. I know they do 3D printing and they do CNC, which is like just aluminum. Hey, there we go. Look at this. Now, you would have to solder in your own parts, but I believe there are some settings in here where you can make them do it for you. I'm gonna see if I can just find it real quick. Yeah, PCB assembly. Turn that on. Do you do it PCB type standard or economic? What's cheaper? Nah, it doesn't matter. Figure that out later. All right. All I need to show you. Yeah, that's all I need to show you. That's how you pretty much navigate around. Now you can go into your tutorials feeling pretty confident, knowing what you're doing. And yeah, I'll explain the videos that I'll put in the description right now. Alright, if you watch this far, this is just all the channels I'm going to have linked in the description. This is the British dude, Learn Electronics Repair. These videos, Learn How to Read Schematics. He has over 1,000 videos. I haven't watched all of them, I just watched the schematic ones, but these are great. Take notes definitely if you're going to watch it and plan on actually learning it. And then, alright, then this is the last dude, this guy, Flux Bench. He only has like, what is this, 8-9 videos? But really good. I've almost watched all of them. I'm trying to get through this one, then friggin' hour long. You watch that one to this one. Really good. Shows you how to make your own PCB, and he also goes into depth on why you should. But yeah, great channels. Watch them.